Okay. A few people have been asking me for the link to the Dropbox. Had a discussion with Tina and with Lucy today. The whole idea of having the Juicy Crew website was to actually, so you didn't really need the Dropbox. So here's the plan. We want to keep it as simple as possible because even some of us who've been in for a long time can get confused. Would you agree? Okay, so basically what we're going to do, I'm going to go, Tina is the administrator of our website, and I don't have access to it. I've just given all the administration rights to her. I just pay for it. And she does wonderful things on it. So I'm going to go through and do a list for her, everything that needs adjusting, replacing with new things. I'm also going to have a look at some of those videos if I think they're a bit too American, a bit not as important as they could be, because we're going to be putting new videos on there of all the NMDs, of course. And there's a few things, I was just making notes earlier. The Omegas need to be added. If anyone's been in the Juicy Crew lately, you'll notice it's still Transform 30. So we need to change that to CLT and Shred 10. Yeah, I've got a lot of things to do on that, but Lucy will get onto that as soon as she can. So the point I'm trying to get across is we're not going to encourage people to go to the Dropbox. Just remember, though, that I have got 19 years worth of things. So if anyone needs anything, like on a particular thing, I can usually find something. It might not be terribly legal, but I can usually find something. You can also go in and find some of those things on the testimonial page. And also remember, Virtual Office is getting better and better every day. I mean, you can go in there now and find some amazing, amazing things on the Omegas under quick links and forms and applications. There's just so much more all the time. So basically, we're going to, with new people, we made a decision we're going to focus on Hunters and Gatherers Road to SDVF, which I think is brilliant. The Virtual Office, as I said, there's so much these days. The Facebook, Team Angels and Hunters and Gatherers in files, there's heaps and heaps in there. And mostly the Juicy Crew and not the Dropbox, as I said. The other thing I thought, as I was putting that recording, don't forget our Team Angels, well, it's Hillary Manners YouTube channel, but it's in the Team Angels. There's lots and lots of these evening training calls we've done. So if you've got new people, it might be an idea to direct them there. But really, just as Abby just said, we want to get people started really quickly. So I'll be having a good look at that tomorrow and compare it to the one that we've got and see what I think. Okay, just some other things. I really picked out, particularly with the warmer weather coming, what did you think of it when Abby was saying, you know, having bubbles on Monday or whatever? I mean, it's a little bit probably like they used to do the thing, what was it, down at Scarborough? I can't think what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, the place down there. Now, I know that some teams used to go out to somewhere like Mandoon Estate, where the kids could play, you could get a reasonably inexpensive snack or even take a bit of a picnic, have a drink and some bubbles, and you're just really having good community fun, and we talk a bit of shop, and if you've got a prospect with you, we just chat to them. There's nothing really terribly formal. So all I'm saying to you guys now, I picked up on that and I thought, I reckon a lot of us are a bit like that. I think we could have some real fun with that. So any ideas? I'd like to unmute yourself if you've got any ideas with that, because I think that would, everyone, people who aren't even with us at the moment, we all need fun. So any suggestions? It could be an evening, it could be during the day. Remember, a lot of them, we are trying to attract young mummies, and they probably are available during the day. You know,
is this going to be something that we have to come to every single week, or is it going to be something happening fortnightly or once a month?
Well, that's for us to discuss. I think if we don't want to put ourselves under too much pressure, we should maybe have a, you know, like say, for example, it was a Friday, last Friday of the month. We all meet, say it was Mandoon Estate. We all have a little chat, bring prospects if we can, say it's really low key. We have something to eat, we have a drink, and a few people might tell some of their latest stories that's been happening in Juice Plus. What's the thoughts there?
For me personally, Hillary, I would not be able to make it Monday to Friday because
No, I
work,
understand
so
that.
it'd
When
have
you
to be a
work now.
weekend.
We'll
Yeah.
have to get your
So
income up
and
so
I,
you can give up work.
but even people that I would be speaking to would also work, you know. So
Yeah.
if we alternated it between like do a weekend one week and maybe during the week another every second time or something,
Yeah.
know that it's coming up and it'll be on a Saturday or Sunday or a Friday or whatever, that would probably be okay. But you know, not to overdo it because they do that in Canberra every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have tried lots of things before. I'm just having a bit of a thought here. What if we did on a Friday lunchtime? And I'm just throwing this out as an idea. A Friday lunchtime bubbles and a bit of a chat at Mandoon, say, for example, and then on the following Friday night or Thursday night or Tuesday night, oh, not Tuesday night, it's no good. On the following Thursday night, it was an evening thing, like a sundowner somewhere. Or even have them 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, I think you need to make it a little bit more spread out, or you won't get the numbers. Do you know what I mean? Even if it was once.
It's really a very casual thing. It's not really a lot of effort on anyone's part.
Commitment, another thing to get to. It's still a commitment. So
yeah,
you know, I think if you do it too often, you may not get enough people, and then it'll fizzle. So you know, maybe every 3 weeks, or maybe just once a month or something, but alternate.
Yeah, Thursday is niche bar as well, so you always have that as an option.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, but as I said, the whole thing, it's not a formal presentation. I'm just throwing things around now. We could have it once a month. We could have the first Friday of the month, say at Mandoon at midday, and have a glass of bubbles if you want, a bit of a snack for lunch, have a chat. Particularly, I mean, it's good for us to catch up as well, and then have a talk shop a little bit. And then the following month, we'll have something like an evening sundowner. So
First Friday of every month, my clash with Shred.
Sorry?
The first Friday of the month, my clash with Shred.
Yeah. Well,
Shred 10.
Yeah. The thing is, you know, you don't have to. I'm just trying to pick up on what Abby said.
Oh, no, I know.
You know, you don't have to drink.
You don't have to drink. Okay. You don't have to drink. Yeah.
Okay, let's just the thing. If you were someone who doesn't work full time and it was once a month, would you be keen to just say head out to say somewhere like Mandoon Estate in the nice sunshine, have a glass of bubbles or juice or whatever, maybe something to eat, hopefully bring a prospect, and we just have a bit of a catch up?
Yep, I would.
Yeah, I think it sounds good.
Maybe the last Friday of every month would suit better, so we can drink.
Yeah, what about you, Lucy? What do you think of that? Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. I don't drink anyway, but either or.
No, but you can drink juice or water or whatever. But for some people,
yeah.
So Michelle's saying sounds fun. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
What if I draw up a bit of a roster for?
About what?
Does Mandoon Estate appeal, or is that too far for some people?
Where is it?
I have no idea where it is.
Well, Mandoon Estate, out near Bandia Women's Prison, on the way out.
Mark, where's the women's prison?
Okay.
Bandia.
Reed Highway.
Swan Valley.
Yeah.
No, where is it?
No.
Where is it?
Oh,
Mark said it's not far. That's cool. Mark said, why? Who's going to prison?
Yeah. But the thing is, for Olivia, you can't get there anyway, love. We'll do something different for a nighttime one. So I was just thinking, though.
Or even an afternoon, Hillary. Even like a Saturday or a Sunday brunch, or early afternoon, so you can still get on.
Oh, thanks, Sagan.
That type of thing.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it's quite a long way. Mandoon Estate's quite a long way for Michelle to come up. Can we suggest somewhere else? I mean, it could even be the Raffles. Got a nice beer garden there. We could on a Friday, 12 o'clock.
Can't it be somewhere different each time or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Particularly
Mandoon's near me for a change.
Woohoo!
What was that? What was that last bit, Nicole?
I said Mandarin's close to me for a change because I normally drive an hour everywhere. So
All right. I'll make up a bit of roster the last Friday of the month.
yeah.
And now, Olivia, because you're the working girl, are you saying you'd rather? All right,
Not a prostitute, just a working girl.
so everyone on the call. Okay, so the during the day one's fine. So if we want to do something like an evening, do you want evening or a Saturday afternoon or something?
It probably in a weekend afternoon. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. I just have to, as long as it wasn't during the day when I was working. You know, if it was an evening, I could organise it. If it was
Why
a
don't we
weekend,
have
I could organise it.
the last Friday of the month for Mandoon, and then the following month, the last Saturday of the month, or where can we say Raffles? Doesn't really matter, does it?
I don't know then.
Yep.
You don't know where that is, or you do?
Nope. I don't know where that is. Anyway.
Oh, Canning
I'll be
Bridge.
travelling anyway.
It's Canning Bridge.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Would that
Close
just-
to you,
That's not too
Zayden.
far.
Close
Yeah.
to you, Zayden.
Let's just put that down anyway. So which would
So
mean,
Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening?
so the last Friday in November would be Mandoon Estate, 12 o'clock. Correct?
Yep.
And the last
Yep.
Saturday in December,
Well, that's Christmas.
yeah. Do you want to make that January?
Well, I'm going to be in Ireland, so.
Yeah. But for you ladies,
No, you guys can work away,
Christmas
whatever.
and New
Whatever.
Year, do you think that'll work, or will we skip December and go into January?
Yeah, go into January.
Yep. Okay, last Saturday, January, and then I'll just go on from there. Then last Friday, now my pen won't work, that'll be right. Last Saturday, January, and last Friday, February, last Saturday, March, and so on.
It'd be good, Hillary, as well, so that we can keep on track in terms of who or what date where, so we don't get mixed up.
Yeah,
To create maybe an event on the page,
yeah.
so that we can
I'll
comment on
actually-
it as to we're bringing someone,
I'll do a document. I'll do a document to show what's what.
or even an event, so that you can
Yeah,
invite
Facebook
people
event.
to it.
Oh, what, create an event?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So the next thing I was going to say to you was Lucy and I had a chat today again, and we were thinking it'd be a really good thing. At first we thought middle of January, then we thought no, kids are still on school holidays. So we thought taking advantage of people who dismally failed their New Year's resolutions, very early February when the kids go back to school, Lucy's going to have a really good think about what did you call it, Lucy? New Year's resolutions reflect or
Revolutions reboot.
resolutions reboot. So basically we'll be saying, okay, so we all made resolutions. Most of us have stuffed up. Here's how we do it. Let's get a little bit of help. Let's have some community help. So Lucy and I are going to talk about an event like that. So, all right. Let's leave that alone. There's like social with the bubble ones, but we're still there for a purpose, remember. We're showing people that we're fun and we catch up every now and then. We can talk a bit of shop, a few stories, and see how we go with prospects. Okay. And then the one Lucy and I'll sort out for February. Now, where are my notes? The other thing I want to talk about was there's a bit of a talk that Steve Coulter and Mark Dragon may be coming over and organising a big, massive WA Christmas party, we think, to do a really big thing with everyone in WA. So I'm waiting to hear a little bit more of that. So, and I'm definitely waiting to hear more of that before I organise something for us, because if it's a great big thing and we've all had enough fun and all that, we possibly don't need to do a Team Angels one. It's a busy
We
time
never
of
have
year.
enough fun, Hillary.
Yeah, it's busy enough anyway. We had a lovely time last year, but if we don't need to do it, we won't. Okay. Okay. Also, after that call, I just want to mention to you guys that I'm still always available for three-way calls. It really can help. You can be sitting having a coffee with someone and you can hear someone who just needs that little bit of, oh, why don't we call Hillary, my friend Hillary? She's been doing Juice Plus for 19 years. She's one of my mentors. Why don't we get her on the phone and she can explain a little bit better than I can? It's worth it. So don't forget those three-way calls, or it can be very formal and we can really set it up. Okay, so GoPro. So I know some people, it's come back to me that they haven't even got GoPro, the book or the audios, or downloaded it. So they certainly won't have done their homework. No names mentioned, but I have got one as a gift. Who managed to, and I'm very aware that three of you have had the 3 days at Don Tolman's, but you know, I've been very, very busy and a lot, and I was forced to bore my husband with listening in the car all the way up to Mundaring and back and everywhere we've gone, but still, I did get some nice compliments. Said, oh, lovely, you do that. Oh, Del, you do that. But I was very aware that there were some things which I thought was so profound. I thought, oh, I could do that a lot better. So hands up if anyone actually has, even if it's not right now, has anyone read it from cover to cover or listened to those whole audio tapes? Did anyone achieve?
Almost finished it.
Almost, yeah. Well done.
I actually have, I've lent mine to Marnie and I haven't got them back yet. So I presume she's listening to them.
Right, okay. So, because you know you can actually just get a download on your phone. It's not expensive. Then you've got it there forever.
No, I think
Okay.
it's got
Do
time.
that.
All right, so, yeah, Michelle's listens to hers in the car constantly, so do I. But I listen to little snippets. But what I found the last 3 or 4 days, trying to get right through those whole audios, it was powerful. And I fully intend to go, particularly the second part, I intend to go and listen again, make notes, and I'm actually going to practice. Because I thought, as he was saying about what to say, I thought, oh, I've just had a situation like that, and I really could have handled that a lot better. So it's not just listening to it. I think we've actually got to practice it. Right. So Michelle, just reading there, lovey, you can probably do something on the Saturday, couldn't you? I was just reading in the chats if you can't do any of the Friday ones. Okay, where am I up to? All right, so Nicole said she's nearly finished. I finished it, but I want to do a whole lot more work on it. Lucy's not quite there. Xavier, how did you go, love?
I've listened to the whole thing twice before, but this week I've only got halfway through. I've just been listening to it in the car.
Okay, well, you've done a lot more than most people have done the whole thing. Okay, so
but it's so easy to forget.
yeah.
So easy to forget.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's really good, and as you listen to it, you think, oh, that's brilliant. We should do this and we should do that. You've actually got to do stop, start, write those notes down, then have a little practice, pretend you are talking to someone, and just get it. And that's what Kim Tyack said on that NMD thing last Monday. She said, she said, you just have to learn it and really put it into practice. Because I think you could listen to it 5 times and still not really learn it. So just take little isolated bits and learn it. Look, I feel so strongly about it. So for the next few weeks, I'm actually going to cover a chapter by chapter in these team calls. And I think that will help it drive into our brain and be some really good productive stuff. So, so Liv, before you sent it off to Marnie, did you manage to read yours? Or listen?
It was the DVDs, and I listened to it twice before I gave it to her.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So, all right, so
Yeah.
we're doing pretty good. I've done a few notes, so I just want to share with you. Has anyone got any ahas they'd like to share from it that was quite profound? You probably have, but you can't remember if you didn't write them down. So I know I had to have a quick write down. All right, well, I'll share a few little things. As I said to you, I realized I do a lot right, but also could greatly improve in some areas. in the beginning and in other spots, I love, he says, decide today, and we all need to do this, because one of the themes as he's talking is we mustn't do it for everyone. We mustn't be the expert. We must, we've just got to really empower them to learn and do it themselves. So we, as franchisees, we've got to decide today never to blame anyone else or anything for our lack of success. Did everyone get that? From today, we don't blame anything or anyone else for our lack of success. It's our own slackness or it's our own choice. Nice thumb loose. Okay. Continuously, and if you have been listening to the last week, you'll remember this. He talks about education and understanding. Our purpose, our mission, while we're doing our network marketing, is education and understanding. It's not selling and it's not convincing. It's education and understanding, and all good things come from that. That's our role. He says it's a series of exposures. You're building relationships, which I've said and I've known over and over and over again. Let go of the outcome. And he says, don't hunt, don't be pushy and opinionated, and we really must be gracious and use things like feel, felt, found. We don't ever want our prospect to feel as though we're telling them they're wrong. And also ask good questions. For example, when you send a link and you know you done, if I send you a link, would you be able to watch it by Tuesday night? Fantastic. If I ring you Wednesday morning, would it be okay if I ring you Wednesday morning? Can we have a little chat about it? Yes. You ring, and instead of saying, what do you think of it? And they'll say, oh, good or bad or whatever. You can say, what part did you like best? You're trying to engage them. What part did you like best? Did it make sense to you? And incidentally, a lot of this stuff, we're talking about a link or a CD or video you're sending to them. It can be straight after they've been with you to a live event. What did you think was the best part? What part resonated with you mostly? Is there anything that made you sit back and really think and reflect? Okay. And a huge point and concept, I really love this. He says, in network marketing, it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So he's just read out a whole book to us telling us what works, but that's no good if we just do it and it doesn't duplicate. See, I can have a fantastic customer care system, but if it doesn't duplicate, it's not going to be a huge success. Okay, and he does say that, and exactly what we're all going to do, we'll do a chapter each evening. Teaching is the best way to learn. It burns a groove in your brain. The one thing I want to say, and I just had to read my notes before I understood what I was trying to say. I feel so strongly about this book, and a couple of times as I was listening, I was thinking, I've had these for ages, I gift them, I've listened to it once, I've read the book once, but it was ages ago, and I do little snippets as I'm driving around. This fellow is pure gold. Fair enough, he's not up to standard on social media yet, but to fall back on all the old stuff, and it does work, you can be using links in the new movie clips. We need to actually really, really have a look. And for those people who virtually saying they're really not going to buy one or even ask me if I've got one, not going to listen to it, I would say to that person, how bad do you really want this? Because there's successful people on the call and we're all doing it, and he's sold millions of them. All the highly successful people in Juice Plus are saying it's our Bible, we must have GoPro, and we've got to learn it, not just read it or listen. So I think that's a given. So maybe ask yourself, if you haven't been serious about it, how badly do you want this business? Okay, and I know I want it hugely, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm suggesting that next week we start at chapter 3, because the first 2 chapters, he's really talking about the different sort of white collar and blue collar and all that sort of thing, and literally saying how it's going to get worse and worse, absolutely going to get worse and worse. Okay. I upgraded again for Pro so we can go longer, and it's all stuffing up again. I'm getting little messages on my screen. Sorry about that. Yeah, so for those who haven't read it, so maybe even before our team training call next week, if we can just read number 3, chapter 3, and we'll have a think about it and we'll thrash around it. So I haven't got a great deal more tonight because I thought more people would have really had a listen and have some aha moments. But I think apart from all the stuff that he talks about, there's some actual exercises there, I think you'd agree, that we can start to learn to do in our own personality. So that's what we'll be doing as we go. So did anyone else have anything else to comment on? We'll get very much onto the Juicy Crew theme. Has anyone got some prospects in line?
I've got one girl who's she's got some shit going on with her ex, but she's keen. It's just a case of timing now.
Yeah. I rang one of my prospects this evening for VF, and I actually know that she is not in a fit state at the moment with everything going on to start. So I said, let's get you back on Juice Plus. I'm ringing her in the morning for the order, and I'll just gently build the relationship until she's ready. And even when I think she's ready, because she's not yet, she wouldn't do it well. And I'm saying that she wouldn't be able to do it well. Yeah. Anyone else got any prospects? Are we out there talking to people? It's the main thing. All right. So it's end of month tomorrow, guys. It's the 31st. Earlier today, it was only looking so-so. It's looking a lot better now. So we've got some people. Lucy in the next couple of months is trying to go to senior sales coordinator, and I'm pretty sure that's Nicole's aim as well, trying to get there, and we will. And I guess there's a lot of you in that situation. Michelle, I'm sure you're trying to get there as well, and it will happen. Xavier, we're trying to get you to sales coordinator. Libby, you're senior director, aren't you? So we're definitely trying to get you to sales coordinator. Yep, beautiful. All right, well, we've got a few missing tonight. If everyone's happy with that, I'm going to stop the recording.